All right, according to this, Hangouts is live. I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up with me. There it goes. Hangouts is live. Oh, there we go. I messed up. There we go. Okay. Hey, Roosted Films. Good to see you. All right, let me get started here. Welcome from behind enemy lines to Rick's Life as I see it. Meant to be shooting with disabilities, but it doesn't always go that way. Hey, Rupin, I sent you a link, an email. This is a 1-hour talk show about guns, politics, anything else that crosses my mind. Also answer questions from you guys in the chat, or you can send me an email at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Either one, they both get to me. Normally within 24 hours of this show ending, the audio is available on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes for your listening pleasure. As you can see in my thing here, on my lower thirds, I have my Patreon thing down there. And if you go below the chat on Gun Channels, I have the links to my spreadsheet thing where you can get T-shirts, mugs, and that kind of stuff. My Patreon page. And I don't know what else I got on there. Oh, yeah. Their links are down there. I am broadcasting on YouTube and Gun Channels. So, by all means, just jump in. Who we got so far? We got Roosted Films, Rupin, Sean, who else we got? Patriot in the Dark, I sent you a link. I sent you a link in the email about 15 minutes ago. But hang on. Hey, Midnight, try it again. And anyway, right now I've got Squib in the room here. How you doing, Squib?
Doing all right. As usual, having trouble getting to the mute button.
That's all right. No problem. So, tell you what I'm going to do here, being the generous kind of guy that I am. Let me see if I can find it here. What am I doing? Oh, you son of a gun! There we go. That's what I'm looking for. No, I don't want to copy. I want to paste. All right, I paste the link in Gun Channels to get into the chat room, and I pasted it on YouTube and Gun Channels. So there's the link if anyone wants to join us on the panel. So feel free to jump on in. Just don't hog the show. That's all anyway. I'm going to start off with the biggie. I guess you've all heard that Supreme Court Justice Kennedy is stepping down as of July 31st. That gives the president another chance to put in a conservative Supreme Court justice. And it shouldn't be a problem because that's where they changed the rules, where they only need 51 votes to do it or something. So the Democrats can balk all they want. If every Republican says, yeah, it's there, which is good for us on, us conservative and Second Amendment stuff, hopefully. But of course, our beautiful Chuck Schumer, the opposition, of course, he's saying all kinds of crap already. And the poor guy hasn't even retired yet. So there we go. All right, now what's going on here? I'm getting all messed up here with my my chat. My chat's getting all messed up. I can't see what in the hell's going on. All right. All right. I don't know if hang on a minute. Somebody sent me something in mail? No. Oh, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Anyway, so I think having that justice will be, going in the right direction. What do you think, Squib?
So look at it like this. No matter who he picks, no matter what position they end up having, think about who would have got picked if Hillary got elected. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I think this is another one of those, well, at least we don't have Hillary. Because I know some people are saying that Trump's not conservative enough, he's not right-wing enough, things like that. And that's fine, whatever. I don't have a lot of strong feelings one way or the other on it. I think I like Trump more because people hate him, not because I like Trump. But I don't hate him. I just I don't think that he's going to get. I think he's going to put somebody conservative in there, but not as conservative as maybe we're hoping for. So let's just wait and see what happens.
Well, he claims he's going to pick somebody off the list of 25 he put out when he first when he had his first pick. So we'll see. But you're right. I don't think it's going to be a hardcore, right-winged thing. I think it's going to be a moderate conservative. So there we go. But what gets me, what's Rich saying? The other whore, the senator from New York, is already saying that the Kennedy retirement will be an attack on women, immigration, and workers. What an idiot. Oh, yeah, I know. It's,
Okay, so here's the deal on the immigration thing. I don't think Trump would be so hardcore into the whole immigration thing if there wasn't so much drug trafficking, the kidnapping, and then the whole Fast and Furious gun thing and stuff like that going across the border. I don't think he would be as big on it if there weren't so many people that were dragging down the system by getting all the free handouts because they come here illegally. And I think a lot of his position on the border has to do with the fact that we have all these terrorists overseas that want to come in here and do things. I'm not making excuses for the man. I'm saying that the border may have not been an election promise or the thing that he's going after if just a handful of things were a little bit different, I think. As far as Trump's stance on women, that's I don't put a whole lot of weight on that. But they're trying to get the woman vote. They're trying to get the illegal vote. They're trying to get the emotional vote. I mean.
Oh yeah. I mean, and what's his name? Senator Schumer, whatever his name is. He's saying that whoever he's picked is going to do something with the abortion law. Doe versus Wade. I don't think they're ever going to touch that one. That one's going to stand forever, I think. Well, in my lifetime, anyway. So anyway, Patriot, I sent you another link to your email just now. So if you're out there, come and join us if you want. All right, next on my list, North Korea. They said they saw a satellite picture of him doing more work on one of his nuclear plants. So, is the president going to say something to him? You know, I mean, I had a feeling that he wasn't going to change, but we had to try. You know, if we had to try, so we tried. If he doesn't want to play the game, get rid of the son of a bitch is what I say. You know, we don't need to nuke him. We can beat them without all that. So,
or we can just let them wallow in their isolationism.
oh yeah, just turn up the all the sanctions on them even more. You know. So, oh, what's it say? Oh, our man in North Korea saying, "Oh no, it's not a nuclear reactor anymore. Repurposing it." Yeah, yeah. I don't trust the son of a bitch. I really don't. So there we go. I need to cut my language down. I'm getting bad lately.
I'd be more concerned about North Korea selling a tactical nuke, a small one, to terrorists, as opposed to them actually getting a reliable ICBM system with nuclear warheads and having enough to attack enough of the world that they would feel that the attack would be successful. I mean, say they hit us with one nuke, that's going to devastate the country, but it ain't going to take us out of the fight. Or let's say they trained all their nuclear weapons at the United States, all of our allies would jump on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If they attacked one of our allies, say they only had one, and they said, well, we can't make it to San Francisco, but we can make it to Tokyo. Japan's one of our strongest allies. We'll come in there and you know, it'd be a bad idea. So no matter what scenario, they would have to have enough nuclear weapons that they would have to launch them all at once and launch them at multiple countries in order to have any chance of success. The only thing is they'd put so much radiation into the atmosphere, it'd mess with everybody, and it wouldn't guarantee there wouldn't be a retaliatory strike anyhow. I mean, that's the whole point, the mutual assured destruction, but I don't think their ideology accepts MAD. I don't think they get the consequences, you know what I mean? But overall, though, I still don't think that they're a credible threat just yet.
No, you're right. Anyway, real quick, Patriot, go to Gun Channels and do the link in the chat there. I just put it in there for you. You know, I don't know what you're doing, but Squib and I are here. If you're going into an empty room, I don't know. It must be Skynet getting to you. Or is this just your polite way of saying you don't want to join the chat?
Well, maybe North Korea attacked your podcast.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. We're being hit by the Russians and North Koreans here. You know? Anyway, what's the next thing on my agenda here? I ain't got much on my agenda, so I need some help from you guys. What's called it? I just noticed that well, hell, I can't remember what nationality he was, but the guy who led the Benghazi attack just got sentenced to 22 years in prison. And Hillary's walking around free. There's something wrong with that picture. You know? So, you know.
I don't care what they try to do. They're never going to be able to get any charges to stick to Hillary for anything she's ever done.
Oh, no. I don't think Hillary will ever, nothing will ever happen to her whatsoever. You know? I really don't. It would be nice, but it ain't never going to happen. Unfortunately. What's it Midnight say? Wipe out North Korea and turn it into a huge range and training facility for gun channels members and their families. Problem solved. You're absolutely right.
I ain't going over there. It's cold.
So it's a long way to fly too. You know, just to where I can go down 3 miles down the road and shoot at my range. Hopefully, when my leg gets better, 2 weeks to go tonight, and I have my operation. So hopefully, I won't be off air for too long. So that's what I was saying. I can't afford to fly to Korea to go shoot. You know, maybe do a one of those GoFundMe. See if we can get the money to fly over there. So, I don't know. But what else was going to say? Oh, yes. Now, I did see that senator. Oh, hell. I forgot where she's from now. She Senate Bill 3135. And what it basically says is the government cannot use any federal funds for gun registration whatsoever. I hope it passes. Because right now, I guess they can use it if they wanted to do a gun registration. So she wants to put a bill in now to stop it. So I think that's a good idea. What do you think, Squib?
Well, if there was going to be a federal registration, wouldn't they try to make us pay for it? They pay some BS fee, a processing fee, air quotes, right?
Well, yeah, I imagine they would. Somehow, they tax it somehow. Yeah, as you said.
So to say the government won't pay for it, well, of course they won't pay for it. They'll make an unjust law requiring registration, and then they'll make us pay a registration fee on top of that.
Yeah, a registration fee for each weapon we have, not just for the whole bunch. You know what I'm saying?
I already pay way too much registration on my vehicles. I don't need any more.
Yeah, as Rooster said, if it's federally funded or we're paying, we'll be paying for it either way through our tax dollar or through, instead of getting it from the taxes, they get it up front from our salaries.
It's another feel-good law. Registration wouldn't stop anything. Yeah. Registration is the precursor to confiscation, even if confiscation comes a long ways away, or it's after a bunch of tragic events, or it's a little at a time, or whatever it is. There's the only thing I can justify registration with is if you had to make an insurance claim because somebody stole your guns and you needed that for some sort of police report. But I mean, you can get an insurance policy on your guns, and your insurance company can have your information. You don't have to give it to the government. I don't know. I've never had to make a claim, so I'd imagine you'd have to file a police report or something if you wanted to make a claim on your insurance because somebody robbed your house. But they'd be taking a lot more than just your guns. But other than that, there's no need for it. What does it do?
It doesn't do anything.
So let's say somebody stole your guns out of your house. As soon as you realize it, your duty as a citizen, and if you wanted to make a claim on your insurance, is to report it to the police. Now you may not realize it because you don't take your gun out every day. Or you have your concealed carry every day, and that's in, you keep it in one place, but your shotgun is in the closet, and you're not in the closet very often. What do you know? Last time I saw this thing was 3 months ago, and where is it? You tear the house apart, and it's gone, and you file and then I don't know, 10 years later, it's used in a crime in another state, and then they can call you up and go, Mr. Mitchell, we found your shotgun. Other than that, and that really doesn't require registration. That requires you to go to the police and go, look, I got this shotgun, and some things are missing out of the house, and this is the serial number, blah blah blah. Otherwise, none of that is really important. When they say they recovered a gun used in a crime, did they get it off of the guy that was doing the crime? If somebody ditched the gun, I don't know. I don't see a lot of law-abiding people taking their guns out, committing a crime, throwing it in a field, and running away from the cops. And the cops find it and go, "Oh, well, we'll just trace it back to this guy. It's stolen. It's a stolen gun."
Oh yeah, and the chances of us getting it back anytime soon, especially if it was used in a crime, it would be kept in the evidence locker. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard of people telling stories about a home break-in where they had some of their property taken, and then they get a call from the police 2 years later to find out that their gun was used in an armed robbery 2 states away or something, right? So it is possible that but I mean, there's really no need for registration. And it's one of those things where people who don't understand guns or gun laws or the crime statistics or any of this stuff want registration because it makes them feel good. Oh, I had this conversation with an anti-gunner about a month ago. All we want, you can have all these guns that you want. We don't care what guns you have. We just want them registered. Why? Why? What does that do? You know?
Yeah. But even now, like here in Rhode Island, you know, there it's not a gun registration, but the state government has roughly some idea who has guns and who hasn't, because to buy a gun, you've got to take this little test and they send you a blue card. You've got to show the blue card to buy a gun. You know what I'm saying? So you might pass the test, get the blue gun, and never buy one, but you're on there. They must have a registration of who they sent these blue cards to. It must be the same thing out in Illinois with that card they have.
Well, right now, if you buy it from an FFL, you've got to fill out a 4473.
Yeah. So I mean,
they can always backtrack the gun to the FFL. Now, if you sell that gun legally to another adult who's allowed to legally own a gun, and it's a private transaction and there's no record because you didn't take a copy of his driver's license or her driver's license, you didn't write up a receipt, something. That's on you, but if the gun was used in a crime 2 states away 2 weeks ago and you haven't left your state in 10 years, how could it have been you using your gun, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you've got a decent alibi, keep track of where you're at. You know, save your receipts and things like that. You know, have some sort of affidavit from work saying, "Look, I was clocked in at work at this. I couldn't have been the." So I can't really find any justification for their wanting a registration, let alone to make you pay for it, or to make the government pay for it. Because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't deter crime. It doesn't stop crime. It doesn't protect anybody. It just makes people feel good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know that even if they've done a registration, they still. Yes, I mean that's the next step to confiscation. But right now, what they say there's more guns now in the United States than there is people. You know. So there we go. I mean, that's like, I only own 8 weapons, you know? So, but I don't want to get rid of them, and I don't want people, you know, what I have is, my friend says to me, you only need one. Yeah, as I said, you're right. I might only need one, but I don't know which one I want. So that's why I have as many as I got.
Well, I mean, okay. If you want to say, I just need one for home defense, and this is the kind of home I live in, this is the kind of home I'm going to stay in, you could probably get by with just one if that's all you were going to do. But most of us, we have one for home defense, we have one for concealed carry. We got a winter concealed carry, a summer concealed carry, right? We've got a couple different ones for hunting based on hunting laws. We've got one that we use for training. So maybe you've got a full size that you take to the range to practice with, and then you carry the compact model when you conceal carry, whatever it is. Well, people learning the guns don't get that. They don't understand. You know, it's kind of like if you're not into wine, you wouldn't understand why you would have a red wine with steak and a white wine with pasta maybe, or fish or something like that. Because you're not into wines, you know what I mean?
Oh
I know
yeah,
that's a weak comparison, but it's the first thing coming to my mind. I think I want some wine when I get home.
yeah. I mean, Sean goes here with those numbers. I'm a rookie. I know I am a rookie. You know. Plus, unfortunately, I don't have unlimited funds, so I have to. As I said, I'm in the process right now. I put my what you call it on layaway. My Marlin, was it 336 with Bud's guns.
You got a lever action Marlin?
I'm going. I put going on layaway.
Oh, Rick, I'm disappointed.
Why?
Should have got the Henry.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Marlin just struck me as a good deal. You know.
I'm just giving you a
30.
hard time. I've never shot a Marlin. I know the characteristics are a little bit different, and some people like the way it loads. I'm just a Henry guy.
Yeah. Henry's big money, though. I'm a cheap ass.
Yeah, but see, then you can be a gun snob afterwards.
Yeah, you're right. I could be. I mean, I tell you, no, I can't be. I mean, like my 1911 is it's what's called rock armory out of the Philippines. You know, I like it. I think it's a great gun. I mean, I had it out last night. I was caressing it.
You were what?
Caressing it. To me, the 1911 is one sexy gun. I'm telling you. I was
Rick,
out there, you know.
we'll talk off air later.
You know. So, oh, Roosted Film says there's no loading gate on a Henry.
I don't need one.
You know. I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends what you want. You know. Maybe one day I'll buy a Henry, but right now I'm going for the Marlin. It came with a scope and everything. It's coming with a scope and everything. For 462. Yeah, I just admitted to caressing my pistol, my 1911. You know, I'm sorry, guys, but it just when I pull that gun out, it just does something to me. You know, it's a sweet looking gun. You know? So, January 2 says my brother hunts deer with a Marlin 44 mag lever action. I like Henry's, but it's a great gun. Yeah, I've heard some good things about. I mean, there was a period where Marlins got a bad rap, but I think that's changed now, and they've gone back to being better built.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they got a bad rap. I think when they got bought out by somebody else or something. But now they're going back to better production or whatever. I don't know exactly what it's about, but that's what I've heard and read. I'll find out when I finally get it in 3 months. I've done it on the 90-day plan with Bud guns. And that's another thing. I'm trying to think now, out of my 8 guns, 4 of them I bought from Bud's. And I haven't had one problem with them. You know? I've ordered it. As soon as I've paid for it, they've shipped it, and it's got to my FFL within 3 or 4 days. You know? And it's got there in great condition.
I went to one of their stores once, and I thought it was pretty nice.
You know? So, I don't know what the problem is. I mean, there's I guess, I mean, it's like, we had this conversation before. It's like anything. Somebody is going to there's going to be a lemon every now and then, no matter what you buy. You know? The only thing I could think of that where you might not get a lemon is if you buy, high-class cars like Lotuses, Ferraris, Rolls-Royce. You know what I'm saying? But anything else, I mean, there's got to be Glocks out there that come from the factory broken or don't work right. I mean, law of averages says it's got to happen.
No, Rick, nobody would know if a Glock was defective from the factory because everybody who buys one changes everything out on it right away anyhow. So
you're right there. And that's
how they get away with their reputation, because nobody's ever kept one stock long enough to find out if it'll break.
You're right there. I mean, I've never owned a Glock. Not saying, mind you, see, maybe I'm weird, but I like the latest one they just brought out. Was it the X19, whatever you call it? I like that. If I was going to buy a Glock, that's the one I would get.
Well, see, the military version was supposed to have an external safety. So if they had made it with the external safety, I might be more interested, even though that grip angle sucks. But, nah.
Yeah. Oh, Sean says the P365. Well, that's the new in gun right now. They're saying they're hard to find though. Everybody wants one. General Relatively says all these online sellers are hit and miss. Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. I don't know that. I mean, online gun sales. I said there's some reputable companies out there. And there's no. I mean, they're not sent. The only time I've had one gun sent directly to me in the mail, and that was an a relic and curio, because I have a license for that, and they get sent direct to me. That was my P64. It came to me. The United States Postal Service delivered it. So I don't know if they knew it was a gun or not, but they delivered it. So I think it was them. Or did it come by UPS? I don't remember now.
I thought the post office wouldn't ship guns or ammunition.
So it might have come by UPS then.
You can ship gun parts. You can ship brass and bullets, just not primers and powder or complete ammunition.
Yeah, I said.
As far as I mean,
it might have been UPS then. I know it was sitting inside the front door of the apartment building when I got home one day. I can't remember if it was UPS or the post office, but it was there. Came in a cardboard box.
Yeah, I've got some guns off the internet, some CNR type guns, mil certs, that sort of thing. And, you go down to the FFL to pick it up and you pay the ridiculous transfer fee and all that. But, I mean, if you want it, that's how you got to do it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's real easy to get a CNR license too. I mean, you fill out the form and you can tell what they're interested in. They ask for your name and address. Then the next really important line is how you're going to pay for it before they want any other details. You know what I'm saying? They're more interested in how you're going to pay for it than anything else. And it's only, I think it's $30 for 3 years, for $10 a year. Why not? And you can download the form off the internet. Go to the ATF website, and there you go. You can download it from there. Oh, talking about that, isn't today the final day, or is this today that they release the decision on the bump stocks? Wasn't today the final day that you could put in a thing, or was it the day they were going to make the decision?
Not sure.
Patriot says they still won't let him join the call. I don't know what wrong there, Patriot. I really don't. I don't know. I think you're, the Russians or North Koreans are doing something with you, or Skynet's got involved. You know, who have you upset? Has Midnight put a block on you? He just wants you to himself on his channel. No. Oh, what were we discussing there? I'm sorry, I was reading the chat there. This Patriot was meant to join us tonight, but he's having a hell of a time trying to get the link to work for him. I put it in the chat room on Gun Channels, the full one. I mean, where? I'm trying to think. Let me copy this. Now that's the short version. Let me put it in YouTube. Now that's the short version. I don't know what else to tell you. So there we go. Yeah, so I was saying about CNR license, FFL, which if you're in the mill search, it'd be worth getting actually.
Link work.
Midnight Range is in.
I'm just trying to link out.
Yeah. Look who they let in here.
Yeah, you let anybody into this goddamn place, huh?
Rick, I thought you had standards.
No standards. If you have standards, I won't be able to join. I'm just trying to link out, make sure it works. That way we know it does, okay?
Yeah, for Patriot to join.
Yeah, so, I emailed it to him. So if he
I texted it to him.
Yeah, and I've put it in the rooms. So
what do I got to do? Drive over there and pick them up? Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm thinking.
If I was closer to home, I could, but I'm on the other side of the county now.
Hold on, let me commandeer an Amish buggy. I'll go pick them up.
Yeah. So. Okay.
And in other news today, a crazy man in Pennsylvania commandeered an Amish buggy. So, while you were talking about the CNR license, I was checking my Gmail, and I got the regular classic that they send out every day, and they got Mausers available. They'll all be out of stock by tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah? A Mauser. So, what, you want one? I've lost Squib now. Well, he's had to do some work. I think he's at work still. So you just guys, you're stuck with me. And as I was saying, next week is the 4th of July, next Wednesday. So should I do a show? Or I was going to be here anyway. I think. I haven't been invited anywhere, so I more likely will be here. So if any of you are around, you can certainly come and join me. I don't know if it would be the full hour next week, but I'll be here. The following week, the 11th, I won't be here because that's the day of my hip operation. So hopefully I can do my show on Saturday. Hopefully I'll be able to sit here and do that.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm at work. I'm on my lunch break. I should have a big sign in front of me that says lunch break.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, it is a problem because I don't try to interrupt other people or whatever. Anyhow. Yeah, so Classic Firearms, anytime they've got, they send an email, we've got a batch of these in stock. That stuff is just gone. Used to be, they would keep a lot of stuff in stock and you could get things. And then they started doing these almost like online auctions with them, where, they'll be up for sale tomorrow at noon, and by 12:02, they're all out of stock. But even when they would send out the regular flyers going, we've got this back in stock, we just got a shipment of these in, you could check back in a couple weeks and they'd still have it. Now everything just sells out right away, and I don't know if it's because since they're on YouTube and whatnot that more people know about them, or if just a lot of dealers are using Classic Firearms as a distributor. So yeah, I can't always find milsurps at the gun shows or at gun stores. I will find them at the gun shows, but not at the gun stores. So that's why I like getting them online. The pricing is usually pretty good, even with the shipping and the transfer. It's still usually not that bad compared to what they have at the shows. But if you go to the stores around here, they don't hardly ever carry them.
Yeah, you're right. The stores around here don't carry much milsurp either. Oh, talking about that, there was actually it was on my Facebook page. The gun store I normally go to called Mid-State. If anybody's interested, it's called Mid-State Guns Gun Company. They have a pristine Colt Anaconda. Is that how you pronounce it? 4-inch barrel, 44 Magnum, I believe it is. And it looks like it's chrome or, silver or whatever you want to call it. $2,400. It comes in a box, has all the papers with it.
$2,400.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good price or not.
It's because it's a Colt. I'm not saying they're bad guns. Colt revolvers shoot great. But yeah, the pricing on them has gone through the roof. I mean, when they stopped making them, that was part of it. And then that stupid Walking Dead TV show, and everybody's like, I gotta have a Python, and any snake gun is now through the roof. And they really are good shooting guns, but not for $2,400. As soon as you said 4-inch barrel, I was thinking, all right, nah, I'm not interested. If I'm gonna get a 44 mag revolver, I'm gonna get a full size revolver. I've shot short barreled 44s, and I mean, in a self defense situation, yeah, you're not gonna be thinking about how snappy it is, but for target practice for me, it just ain't, nah.
Yeah. To me, I just buy I think Rich said it. I'll buy me a copy, or is it the 629 that looks like the one that they use in Dirty Harry? That was a Model 29, wasn't it?
Dirty Harry used the Model 29, and I guess there's a specific version, like a dash something.
Yeah.
But the 629 is the current production version of their 44 Magnum. Yeah, that would do the job, or a nice Ruger revolver or Taurus revolver would do the job. So if you want something you can take to the range and you're not worried about scratching it up or whatever. I mean, I've shot 3 different Colt revolvers, and I thought they were all fantastic, but not $2,400 fantastic.
Now, I shot a Colt, a friend of mine that I know, I only went to the range with him once. He didn't have the Anaconda. What's the other one? Is that a snake's name?
Well, there's a Python, there's a Diamondback, there's a Cobra, the King Cobra.
No, it was the Python. He had one of those, and I shot that. That was nice. That was a nice, sweet gun. He's shooting it, he's hitting bullseye. I'm shooting it, and I'm missing the bullseye. Then I was watching him. He was shooting it in single action. I was doing it double action. I said, "Well, you're cheating, you son of a bitch."
I mean, if you want a double single action 44, get a Super Red Hawk. I should say, if you want one that you don't want to worry about ruining its collector value by using it, and you don't want to pay through the nose. I mean, it's still Super Red Hawk isn't cheap, but if this isn't going to be your gun snob gun, right, that you have but you don't shoot, then I'd say just go get a Super Red Hawk or something.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I said I'm on that fixed income of Social Security disability, so there's not a lot of money to spare. That's why I got to buy guns on layaway. It's about the only way I can do it right now. But I'm hoping with my hip gets done and I'm up and walking, I'm hoping to might get myself a little part-time job working in a gun store or something. You know what I'm saying? help with the cash flow. Because
That's a good idea.
there's so many guns I want. I want an old-fashioned, single action Colt. A good old cowboy gun.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the Uberti Cattleman version, and there's a couple
something
different
like
models
that.
within that. So
But there's so many I want, but it all takes the dreaded money.
Well, if you work at the gun store, you're just gonna cash out your paycheck at work. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
We'll work. You just have to sign. We'll work for guns.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, mind you, that's what I'm thinking of doing. But I'm also, because you remember this time last year, I was going to move to Indiana. Then I decided to wait till I had my hip done. Unfortunately, it took 6 months to get it done. And I didn't expect it to take that long. But this guy is meant to be one of the best surgeons in New England. So, but I might move because Indiana, the rent was half of what I'm paying now. And like I got a 1-bedroom apartment here. I was going to get a 2-bedroom, two duplex ranch for half the price I'm paying now. So I wanted to go there because I want to get more for my dollar. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Plus, I got relatives there who can. They want to take care of me. They're worried about me. The only reason that is, it's a long story. My father, I think I've mentioned this before, was the only one from his family who graduated high school, left the state, went to, joined the military, made something of himself, and for some reason, I guess since my father's passed away now, I'm the next best thing. I guess, so they want to take care of me. I'm not going to complain. Damn fine cooks. I'll be fatter than I am now. So, what's that, Rich? The problem with Colt snake guns is they can't get out of. They can get out of time with any prolonged shooting, especially the Python. Oh, you mean when the timing with the actual wheel cylinder? Huh. Huh. So I never really thought about that. Because I said I've only got one revolver. Well, I got two. I got the Model 85 .38 Special, my Taurus. Then the only other one I got is my little North American Arms 22 Magnum. He's a great little gun, I tell you. It's pretty accurate too. I shoot it around 7 yards to hit the target with it. I carried this in the doctor's office the other day in my pocket. I try not to go anywhere without being having some sort of firearm on me. Because I knew when I went to the doctor's, I was going to have to, take your shirt off, drop your pants, bend over and cough, that kind of thing. So I know I couldn't wear my full, my bad boy here, my normal carry piece, full size M&P 45.
Is that the part when you're filling out the paperwork in the waiting room where it asks you if there's a firearm present in the home?
I've never had that question.
Really?
Yeah.
I refuse to answer this question on the grounds that it's none of your damn business.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing it. if I had, I might, like you, I just leave it blank. You know, it's none of their damn business. Now my doctor knows that I shoot. You know, I happen to. I can't remember how he knows. More likely, I mean, I had to tell him, but I don't remember doing it. But I must have sometime in the past. He's okay with it.
At some point, they're gonna know, because I'm thinking next time I go in for a physical, uh, the insurance will cover like so many things on the blood work. It won't cover 15 different things. Maybe it'll cover like 2 or 3. I'm thinking about being tested for lead, not because I think I've been in contact with too much, but so that I have a base number at 45 years of age compared to, say, like 65 years of age, to see if it's gone up from the reloading. You know what I mean? And at that point, I know the doctor's going to say, yeah, we can check for lead, but why? And then I got to explain it. And it's like, eh.
Midnight Range says by not answering, I'm sure they assume you have guns. Just say no. Yeah, you can.
So FU is not an appropriate answer.
No, it's not. It's not. Mind you, I think I know how my doctor found out, because I said I'm not ashamed of it, like a lot of people around here, because being this strong democratic state I'm in, you know, I do wear my my Bradford Sportsman's Club hat when I go out during the day. That might say something. Plus, I wear my hat too. My pew pew hat as well when I go out.
Well, they may think that's Pappy Lake Pew.
No, it could.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. You don't answer it. You go in the back. You're waiting. And the doctor finally comes in. He's got your chart. And he's looking at all this, and he goes, "I see you didn't answer the question. Is there a firearm present in your home?" And that's at that point you pull out your concealed carry and you set it on the counter. You go, "No, it's with me at all times." And the doctor slowly backs out of the room and closes the door, and you're like, "What? What?"
Yeah. So I mean, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, be honest with you. I mean, I've done it, not intentionally, but I said I wear one of the holsters I use is like a belly band, but it's not. It's not, but it stretches like one, and I mean, it is comfortable. I mean, it really is. And sometimes I don't realize I have it on. And one time I went in the post office with it. I mean, but it's concealed, so nobody saw it, so I don't see what the big deal is. But technically, you're not allowed to carry in the U.S. post office. So, you know, normally what happens is I'll park in the corner, or I say in the corner, if it's open, I park in the last slot on the handicap parking. And what I do when I get out, I'll slip it into my safe under my seat. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't have a problem doing that. But I said I carry it everywhere. You know, I believe that saying, like what's his name on Armed American Radio? He says, "Never go anywhere. Never leave your cave. A caveman never left his cave without his club. Same principle. I never leave my house without my sidearm." You know? So there we go. That's the way I feel about it. I know there's some people that can't with the job they have and stuff like that. But then again, if my job said I couldn't carry, if I'm carrying a concealed and they don't see it, I can't see none of their goddamn business. You know? Or am I wrong?
Well, the thing is, they could fire you if they said you can't bring it here and you bring it. But depending on your state laws, they can't really have you prosecuted. I remember I was setting up in a meeting with Human Resources and the Facilities Department and the local police department. And the Human Resource Director goes, "Well, if any of our employees conceal carry here on the job, we'll just have you come down here and arrest them." And I said, "They're not going to do that." She said, "You don't know. You're just a maintenance man." And she looked over at the cop and he goes, "No, he's right. We can't arrest them if they've got a concealed pistol license." And she's like, but it's against our company policy." Yeah, you can fire them. And if they don't leave, then you can call us and we can remove them from the premises or arrest them for trespassing, but we cannot do anything. And she goes, well, we want you to come over here and do a random car search to look for guns. He says, we're not going to do that, ma'am. We're not coming in here to search somebody's car because you think they've got a gun in it. He said, what you can do is you can tell your employees, we're going to search everybody's car that's in the parking lot. And if you refuse to allow us to search, we'll fire you. You do have the legal right to fire your employee for not letting you search their car while it's in your parking lot. But we will not come down here and do the search for you. Now, I thought that was BS because I realized my car's in the parking lot at work, but that's where I can't park on the street. So it's none of their damn business what I got in my car. But yeah, these are the sorts of liberals that you got to deal with at work, and
Yeah, you're
I
right.
don't know. But I like having the cop look right at this woman and say, "No, ma'am, we're not searching cars for you. We're not here to do that for you."
Yeah. Midnight Range says, when's the last time you heard a post office being robbed? Who cares if you carry there? I agree with you there, Midnight, but even the U.S. Post Office still falls under federal law, even though they're not federal employees anymore, but it still falls under federal law. Rich White says, West Virginia just banned employers from prohibiting people from having a gun in their car. I mean,
Good.
I think that's good. They won't let you carry it in your actual workplace, you should be able to store it in your car. You know,
So here's the thing: if they made it a rule at work that you couldn't have a gun in your car, or you had to consent to a search, in which case, if they found a gun, even if the law says you can have it there, they're going to fire you. Or if they said our company policy is you can't conceal carry it at work, even if you have a license, blah, 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 blah. But the state law says that you could. Then if there was a workplace violence issue and I couldn't defend myself, at that point, I may actually, I'm not the kind of person to sue, but I may actually retain a lawyer and see if there's a chance I could sue because they denied me my right to self-defense. But I think I would have to have something documented with Human Resources that I protested it or that I asked for permission. And I'd have to have some sort of evidence that I went to them, or I'd have to have some sort of evidence that I requested we have armed security and they said no. And that would be the hard thing to get, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, we're getting close to quitting time here. I just want to say, for all you great listeners out there, mine, coming up next, where's my thing here, is The Next Generation with Clover Tech. Then after that, at 9 o'clock, this is Eastern time, is Never Enough Ammo, Guns and Politics. Then at 10 o'clock, Eyewitness Fake News with Drillsman Outdoors. Then, of course, you've got every weeknight the Daily Gun Show at midnight with G. Webbs, Angela, and Smeggy. So, just thought I'd just give you a rundown of tonight's menu. I mean, Wednesday night's pretty good. We got a show at 7, 8, 9, and 10, and midnight. So there we go. Gun channels are becoming pretty good. I'm trying to think who it was that, where was it at? I know there was somebody that G Web's invited to join gun channels. I can't remember who it was now. But I don't know if he has yet or not. But he was a good gun guy. Anyway, I'm calling it quits, guys. My back and hip is starting to play up now. I can feel it. So I do apologize for not being 100%. But I want to thank you all for showing up and stuff. And of course, I will be here again on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern with Rick's Life. As I said, you got anything to finish up with there, Squib?
No. I just appreciate the invite and thanks for keeping me entertained on my lunch break.
No problem. All right. Thank you all for being here, Rich, Patriot, Midnight, and who else was in the Atypical Jake showed up, and General Relativity, whoever else is out there, Sean. I appreciate you all. So we'll see you on Saturday. Good night.